Is Felix the missing piece to finalize this big Chelsea puzzle? And can Pedro Neto help us with a successful game away at Wolves? Welcome to the Top of the Bridge podcast. Once again, I'm Big Rob, and I have here with me today Abeku, Edwin, and KG. How y'all doing, guys?
Doing
Doing
good, man.
good. Doing
Doing
good.
well.
Happy to be here one more night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. First things first. Let's talk about Chelsea versus Servette, the Conference League game. What do you guys think of the overall performance of the team?
I missed first half, so I cannot talk on that. But I heard that it wasn't the best. I think second half was very good from what I heard, from what I had seen on the. I think I tuned in around the 50th mark. So yeah, the team played better than what I was hearing for the first half. I saw a good amount of patterns going on. Enzo had the nice assist. Nani came in, was an impact player, and above all, second half was much better. I mean, I was expecting a blowout, but we'll take a win in the clean sheet any day.
Nice.
And I mean, I'm in a similar boat with Edwin. I didn't watch the whole game, just a few highlights. I expected Chelsea to win this game as most fans, and I'm happy that we got to play a game like this early on in the season. Because again, the more games we play, the better it is for the whole team to gel. I'm glad we won because that's the most important thing we need, especially at the start of the season. Like you could, I'm not so interested in playing well and not playing well. It's very important that we got the win. It breeds a lot of confidence, and I really hope that we're able to build on that moving forward. So,
Okay. Abeku, what you got?
Me personally, I was able to catch it maybe at the 30th mark. And I would say that like in the first half, what I watched, it wasn't very impressive. Like it was like the same porter ball where we hold on to the ball for so long, but no real chances are created. I don't remember if I saw any like full chance being created. It was like half chances being created the whole first half. But like everybody has said, the win breeds more confidence into the players. I saw Pedro Neto like do a lot of good things on the wing. That is gonna be very good for us. The second half was more of the same for me personally. It wasn't impressive. It wasn't the best, but we started showing character when Nani came on and Enzo did his thing too. So yeah, kudos to the boys.
Nice. Well, yeah. So for me, I watched pretty much the whole game. First half was terrible. It was horrible, ugly football. They played with no goal. It was like they were just kicking the ball around.
Yeah.
Right.
Halftime came, they went in the locker room, went and did their homework, blah blah blah, came back, and I could see some improvement. They were playing for a reason. They were playing for a purpose. They wanted to get a win, which is what we got, and then I guess everybody was happy with that. Um, I'm gonna talk about who impressed me the most and who didn't impress me. For me, for some reason in that game, my man of the match was gonna be Caicedo. He held down the midfield. He stringed a lot of passes. His defense, he was like cutting passing lanes and all types of defensive plays. And even on offense, he was spraying passes. Like even from the deeper side of the midfield, he was able to find people and stuff like that. Mudrick. I personally, I don't know how he played 90 minutes in that game. If I was the coach, I would have pulled him out at like 25th minute. Not gonna lie.
I'll tell you why.
I I guess he wanted maybe to build his confidence. They're really not trying to get rid of him.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I don't know what the coach's plan is. Obviously, I can tell him what to do. I'm just saying what I would have 25th minute, he would have been out. He was terrible the whole game. He played 90 minutes, and I don't think he did anything. Yeah. Well, who impressed you guys the most, and who did not?
I personally don't think there was a standout performer. Like overall, there was a lot of average play. I expect more from these players as they have played together for a year now, going to their second year. I expect there to be more passes like completed with peppers. Like it was like you pass it to somebody and it's hot potato. They don't know what to do with the ball and just pass it back. It was yeah. So there wasn't no standout performer, but like you said, Rob, Caicedo was like breaking up a lot of, and the other team had so much of the ball for my liking. For a very small team, they had so much of the ball for my liking, but Caicedo did his thing. Enzo and Noni came on and gave us a spark as well. Those would be my few highlights from the game. But like you said, Mudryk, man, oh my God. I have given this guy so many chances to impress me. Like I do see glimpse of like greatness in there because he has the pace, he has the change of speed, but it's just like the coach said, he does not know the right time to do the things that he does. When it's time to shoot, he will try to pass. When it's time to pass, he will try to take on somebody. Like when it's time to be direct, he wants to turn back. Like I am not understanding why that is happening. I have watched quite a few of his national team games, and he does not look like that. Like he looks so much different. So I am like really shocked. Like there is something going on with that guy psychologically, and he needs help. Like he can't be on the team and get better. He needs to like be taken out from that environment to gain back that confidence. But I know why he played 90 minutes. The coach wants to give him the opportunity to, and he said it himself. He said, if you're a hard worker in practice, you're gonna get the time. I don't doubt that he works hard in practice. It's just not clicking for him right now.
And I mean, for me, like I said, I don't think I watched enough of the game to really pick out a man of the match or anything. As far as Mudryk, man, I think I've told you guys already what I think. I don't think it takes a Chelsea caliber player this long to convince us fans or to show his quality. I think at the end of the day, he may be a good player. Like you said, he plays better when he's playing for Ukraine. I haven't really watched him playing for Ukraine, but the games that I've seen him with Chelsea, I mean, it just looks like he's out of place. You can be a good player, but Chelsea is just a step ahead of him, coupled with the fact that you're joining a team where we don't really have any top leaders right now. So, you don't really have anyone that's taking him under their wing, instilling confidence in him. And when a team is also not winning, everything just becomes toxic, man. So I kind of agree with you. Like if we could find a solution, get him somewhere where he can play more, because ever since he joined, I've been hearing, he works so hard in practice. He's always in the gym and all that. Like at this point for me, I don't think it's about that anymore. We've seen what he can do. We don't have we need wins right now. We don't have too much leeway to be playing him, to wait on him to get to the level that he needs to get to. So, I mean, I think I've seen enough of him. I don't know if we're going to see anything better. I'm not saying that he's a terrible player, but he's just not what we need right now. So if there can be a solution for that whole thing, it will be good for all parties involved. But like I said, I'm happy the team won, and I hope we're able to build on that going into this weekend.
Yeah. Similar things to what you guys all said about who impressed. Man of the match, I don't think we really had anyone, honestly. I think at the end, the co-commentator Taylor asked the guy to pick someone, and he was just going through a list, like, and he was like, I think Tosin did a good job. And what else? I was like, Tosin?
I heard that, and I was like, wait a minute.
And I was like,
Did I
wait,
watch
what?
a different game?
So whenever they said that, you're like, you know what? Maybe it's just that nobody really played well. And like I said, I missed the first half, right? And I keep telling you guys that because people like to say that Chelsea dominated, now I look at stats at halfway through first half, halfway through second half to see what's going on. The first 30 minutes, those Servette had about 5, 6, 7 shots on goal, and Chelsea barely had one.
Yeah.
So, and the thing was, if that first half they had one quality player up top there, they would have had a couple of goals. So the fact that the guy chose Tosin, I was like, man, this first half must have been terrible, because normally they don't choose people that come in second half, because if Nani had played the whole game, I think he probably gets a shout. If Enzo played the whole game, he gets a shout. And you know where I stand with that guy. And then I always say, if somebody does something good, you give them flowers. That game, I saw him lose a ball up top, and he ran back there and he made sure he got the ball back. And then I could see Disasi.
You Nani, or you talking about
Enzo?
No, Enzo. Disasi was clapping
him up. Like, yes, that's what we're talking about. And that's what I'm like, that's what I want. The long passes are good, but half the time it leads to nothing. So preventing the goals, I value that. You know what I mean? Because we don't get a lot of clean sheets. We don't get a lot of, prevented shots.
Now,
so the way he hustled back, I was like,
do you think that if we had like somebody better up top to put away the long passes, we'd still be talking about him like that?
I see. That is a very good question. So I have analyzed that too. And I'm like, Cesc had Costa, right? And Costa just needed half a chance to make it a full chance, right?
Yeah.
Nani, like that pass Enzo sent to Nani, it was a nothing pass. It was just a pass. But Nani made something of it, right? And now he has an assist to his name. So what you're saying, if you had somebody who was lethal that can do a whole lot with that, then you're probably not having some of this conversation. However, look at the other mids for different teams. The kind of chances they create for their forwards are very easy. They're not like, so like, it's like that pass that he played to Nani. Somebody has to, bring it down. He has so much time. There's like a lot more things to do to get to the goal. But this time around, he did not cut to his left and try to like finesse it. He just went forward and then hit it as hard as he can with his right, and then it went through. Yeah. So it's like, go ahead.
I'm not trying to change the topic, but against City, he had like 2-3 passes straight to, I think one was to Palmer and the other one was to Jackson, and it could have ended somewhere. If we had somebody like Costa or like Hazard, like that would be like a goal. Like I don't, like I have said this so many times in the chat, I don't think Enzo is the right person to be playing the 10, but he definitely has the quality to open up defenses when they're pressing and stuff. So I know we're going to talk about lineup for Wolves game, but like let's get back to topic.
Right. And then so the last thing on Mudryk, I mean, if you know me, I have, when like the first couple of months I said this, like this guy's like what do you call it? Like those street ballers that can do tricks and like it looks beautiful. Like their highlights reels are like top notch, but it does not mean they can be on the football team. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like he's not a bad player, but he's also not like a football player to me. Like,
maybe a TikTok player, a TikTok soccer player.
Something like that. Because I have always said, right, fundamentals, basics. Abiku, you know this. I have always said this, that the thing is like the basics are not there. And that is why it's like you just don't understand what he is. So like if he doesn't have to think, right, he will be able to just do something right there and there. So I've always said he's a guy for moments. He's not like a 90-minute player. He's not a 30-minute player. He's not a like first half player. So it's something that I think they need to work on. And right now, the truth of the matter is he's stuck at Chelsea. They're not going to get their money back, so they're going to have to make something happen for it, which means
Now,
you're going to put him as like a 70th or 80th minute impact sub because he's going to get you assists and goals because defenders are tired and he anticipates very well. He has a good shot and he's always fast. 80th minute, he will burn almost anybody against him if he can make that last final pass or the last decision. Golden.
and I quickly want to add to what you're saying. Do you think that he goes through this if, say, we got him for 15 million? I think definitely the price tag is weighing heavily on him, man. Like, it's like, I don't know, whatever. I've heard so many different amounts, but it's a lot of money. And when you're on the field, it's like, that's a lot of pressure, man.
Pressure. It is pressure, yeah, for sure.
But I think we can all agree that he's not ready for this stage yet. It was kind of a little too early. We should let Arsenal get him, honestly. But, it is what it is at this point.
If we got him for 15, he wouldn't be on the team right now. I can tell you that. I can promise you that he's not on the team right now.
He's not. He's not. 100%. He's not. He's gone.
His number 10 jersey would have been taken away from him right now.
Sterling.
All right. So actually, before we move on to the coach and what he did in this game, let's talk about that one chance real quick. Mark Guiu. Oh my God. Like, wow. What's the explanation for this? Like, how do you miss such a chance? You did all the hard work. You like.
There is an explanation, but that also comes with Chelsea right now. What can go wrong will go wrong. Like, literally, what can go wrong will go wrong. Like, he ran so fast to just tap in that he ran past the ball. Like, you can see him going like a little past the ball before he hits the ball. So the ball changes direction to the other side. Like, literally, if he slowed down just a little bit,
a professional football player. But who is supposed to teach you this?
Okay, but I mean, let's be realistic too. He's 18 years old.
He's 18 exactly. So yeah.
Come on.
That's why when I saw that chance,
I was finishing these chances when I was 12.
Hey, we should get you on a
coast team. You are not even playing on the coast team at 12. So let's give him credit. That's a professional game.
Yeah, for me, like I said, that's why I'm happy that despite everything we went through last season, at least we have European competition. We can still throw in more players, kind of test them out, give them opportunities. Because again, he's an 18-year-old guy. We can't expect too much from him at the moment. I'm happy he's getting opportunities, a big night like this, and we can only hope that it works out for us in the long run. Right now, not expecting much from him personally.
Okay, so 18-year-old, 12-year-old, 16-year-old, that's not a reason to miss that chance. I'm sorry. It does not. That does not mean anything to me right now. I'll tell you why I think he missed that though. If you've played ball for a while and you're like a pricer, you're like a runner kind of thing, sometimes by the time you get to the end there, your legs are a little bit too heavy. And sometimes it's just like the momentum takes you away, or you're just fatiguing the legs. Yeah. And that's the only thing I can think about. By the age, come on, it was there, right? The way he kicked it tells him that his legs were just a little bit fatigued.
But Edwin, that's where the age thing comes in, because if you're an experienced player, and you've been through these moments, you're kind of familiar with how these things go. I think he got a little overexcited too with opportunity, like, oh my God, I have to score now, I got the chance. Whereas a more mature player, been through these situations, will be more calm and finish that chance off. So now he's been through that. We can only hope that he does better next time. So, I mean, for me, I think that's where the age comes in, where he hasn't really been in these situations and he's going to learn from it, hopefully.
La Masia.
We're really like putting our trust in like a 18-year-old who was let go by Barca. Like, we have to think about it that way too, right? Like, it's not like he's the top of the top player. Like, he got let go for a reason. these things will happen. But like I'm when I play soccer, I usually play striker, and these are things that happen quite often because after you have like really tried hard to get to the front of the goal, you get too excited. But what I saw was he ran too fast. Like he thought he had the goal to himself. So he ran too fast and he went past the ball just a little bit. He didn't hit the ball with the middle of his foot. It was like a little side foot that hit the ball. So that could be a possibility, but there's no excuse. There's no excuse, but we have to also look at the other side.
All right, real quick, let's talk about the coach. What do you guys have anything to say about how he managed the game, like his lineup, the mix of players he used, and anything like that? Me personally, I'm like, it was a conference league game. It was expected, use some of the players who don't really have a lot of playing time when it comes to Premier League. Let's see how it goes. There was no way we were gonna lose that game. If they lost that game, they should have. I don't know, but yeah, me personally, I'm not gonna give him any flowers or anything. Like, I'm not gonna say he did anything special. I'm gonna wait to see. Give me a couple more games in like Premier League or anything like that. Yeah.
So as far as the coach, I watched the game against Man City, and actually, I was a little impressed, with our organization when we didn't have the ball. I mean, you could see kind of a stable team in the making. Our main issue was the whole creativity thing, right? And I think it's a confidence thing where we need someone to be brave, someone to do something out of the box, like Cole Palmer type stuff to get some wins under our belt. So from what I saw against Man City, I think we're extremely unlucky to have Man City first game, new coach, new players. That's not the team you want to play as a curtain raiser at home. So from what I saw in the first game, I'm hopeful. But what makes me more hopeful about this coach is his press conferences. I've been following his press conferences. Some of the decisions he's made around the team, like with the whole Sterling situation. I was one of those people. Sterling's a great player, but I questioned that signing. For him to come in and make such a strong decision, for me, that's a good signal. Now, if we don't start getting results, people will start questioning him a lot. So again, I'm praying so hard that we start winning games. But from what I've seen, how he goes about his press conferences, dealing with these type of situations, trying to cut some players off. I think that he in the long run we should be positive, and I'm so far a little impressed. I don't know if impressed is the word I should use, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, let me just add one more thing real quick. I think Rob, you kind of hit it, the point there, as in it was a conference league against Servette. It's like you're not expecting to be praised for that. If you lost, then yes, big deal. But one thing I would say though is that to add to Kay's point, definitely I can see the patterns of play. Like they're moving the ball a little bit faster, sharper. It's not going anywhere, but it's still moving, and that is a start, right? It's a start. So you got to at least acknowledge what has changed. The cutthroat and straightforward demeanor, it's great, but you got to back it up. If you're not backing it up, that becomes an issue. Because you cannot talk like Mourinho or Conte or Pep and then come and perform like, I don't know, somebody that, just talking. Like, you have to back it up. And I think that is going to be where he gets judged, not against Servette.
All right, cool. Well, Sunday, Wolves versus Chelsea. I don't know. Hopefully, Pedro Neto can give us the inside info, and then
sauce.
we can use it against them. But so last time we beat Wolves was 4 games ago, head to head with them in 2022. As we had Pulisic and Kai Havertz around that time. So that we beat them in that game. 3 games after that, they beat us home and away. What would you guys expect for this coming game? We're going away, and we're kind of still trying to find our feet. What would you guys expect?
Wolves is always a tough game. Like they play Chelsea so tough. Like I don't know what it is about that game, but I believe like last year, it was a home game where we had that was the game Sterling missed the oh my
There's
god.
Easy
square pass.
assist. Yeah.
But I I believe this game we're gonna win because of one reason only. We are starting to look like a team. Like in the past, like I've said this so many times on our chat. When we play, it doesn't look like a team. It looks like a bunch of people just thrown on the field to do what they can do. Like they're not playing together. It's starting to resemble a team. Yes, it doesn't look very, very promising right now, but like Edwin said, it's connecting. Like you see what the idea is right now. It's just it's not gelled yet. Like the players don't know each other's movements yet, but you can understand or you can see the movements that he has the coach has set in place for the team. But Wolves home away always a tough game. It's gonna take a lot for us to win, but I believe this is our first win of the season. That's the first win of the season.
Okay.
Nice.
Wolves away. That's a dangerous game, man. Because we've had it tough against them. They're playing in front of their home fans. First game, they're gonna want to show something. They also lost their first game against Arsenal. Wolves Gary O'Neill, initially when he got the job, it was on an interim basis, but he's done so well with limited resources, and he's been able to put together a team. I think they had a really good preseason. They were in the United States. They're going to want to put up a fight. And, us also, we're building a team. For me, I think what we really need now is some luck. Ball bouncing this way or the other. Referee, hopefully we don't get Anthony Taylor for this game. We need some things to go well for us to get that first win and confidence under our belt, because we can go into this game very strong, play very well, and then one or two things don't go, and then 2 games in the season, now you've lost 2 games. Things start getting toxic really, really quick, man. So we need a break in this game, because I know Wolves will give us a fight, and I'm going for a 1-0 win for Chelsea. We really, really need this, and I'm hopeful that we can get it done. But it's not gonna be an easy game. It's a very tricky game, and I hope the players are up for it on Sunday.
Yeah, I think you guys all said that Wolves is definitely like one of those bogey teams. Like whenever it's like Chelsea goes through cycles where there are those teams that whenever we play them, it just seems like even if we're the best team ever, they always kind of manage to get something out of us. However, this year, I don't think Wolves are going to do it because that team just got tore up. Neto left. Their captain left. They lost some players. So I'm thinking that like they're very much there for the taking. Also, last week, Mateos Cunha, whatever, how you say it. Yeah, he looks like he's not fit, so he knows how to play against Chelsea. So he looks like he may not play or he may not start anyway. So I think the luck that we're looking for is that Wolves lost 2 of their big players from the back and from the front, and one of them happens to join us. So hopefully, he turned that luck around and then get us that goal assist. But I am thinking that we're gonna win this game solely based on the fact that they're not as strong as they were last year, because last year they were very tough.
Any score prediction? Like, what do you think that score?
We do it at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it
All
at the
right.
end. So yeah. Well, for me in this game, that The only reason I think we would have a chance to win, it's not because we're gonna play any better than them, but it's just because they're not gonna play as they used to play. Especially from what I saw when they played against Arsenal. Like you said, their team is somewhat still under construction because they have to fix a couple things here and there. And I think we have the same problem. We're still trying to fix things. So, but for some reason, the luck is gonna shine our way, and then we're gonna come up with the win. What do you guys think for this game? What would be your preferred lineup?
I'll go for kind of the same thing, start of the season. Again, it's early on in the season, man. You want to kind of show some consistency, try to get some results, and not start changing lineup so many times. Let's go with that team. Hopefully, Cole Palmer can show up more. I think the whole Euro thing, he's still kind of getting his feet back, but I'll go for something similar to what we did, and we just go for the kill.
Okay.
Personally, I will go for something close to the team that we had the first game, but just a little tweak. I've talked about this tweak since last year and this year as well. We have Pedro Neto to play on the right hand side of the wing. We have Noni to play on the right side of the wing. We have Palmer that could play the 10 very well. We do not need Enzo to be playing the 10. We do not need Enzo to play the 10 at all. We also have Felix who can play the 10. Like, we do not need somebody who does not know how to use his back to play the 10, because you're gonna have to receive a lot of balls and turn and face the other side. So Enzo is not the best. Like, usually he steps into space, pass, and then he passes. Like, he starts the pass. So something similar. Just the little switch, put Noni on the right or Pedro on the right. That's it. Same team. I believe that we need consistency in the team for the team to gel well.
So do you want Enzo to drop in deeper, or you want him to drop to the bench?
For this game, I don't mind him dropping to the bench because Wolves they're gonna have a good counterattack. It's gonna happen. So we need somebody with the legs to cover. Lavia has impressed me so much. Like, I'm in love with the boy's play right now. Like, he's confident. He's making me like the choice between him and Kudus. Like, right now, I thought this very moment I like that purchase so much. So Caicedo and Lavia in the pivot, and then have Palmer play in front of them.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think I similar to that. I mean, I don't know who you want to drop, but I think personally I would love to see Nani get a game here. I think that he is very good, and I think he is definitely trying to show that he has the to do that. He's definitely, like, since the game against I think Wrexham, did he play? Since like that game, he's definitely been putting a lot of work, and I'm loving like the tracking back. He is, even in the Servette game, like he was in the box tracking back, just doing all that kind of work. And it's like, for me anyways, those things go a long way, because I remember like vividly one time Chelsea played Newcastle and Alan Pardew was the manager, and he said, man, it's just so tough when you play a team who have all this talent and they still outwork you. And this was, I think, Mourinho's team when, like, Mourinho was like making sure everybody was running except Hazard, and they were like on top of you. And I think it makes other people around you feel like convinced that you're the guy to have next to them. Mm-hmm. And I love seeing it. So like he's added that to his game, and now he's shooting more and actually better. And I think it would be nice to have him get some minutes, start. But I think we definitely need to have somebody else playing that 10. Whether Enzo drops to the 6, 8, or bench, I don't really have any preference there. I just think that it's best to have somebody playing that 10, that plays 10.
Now, do you want BB playing next to Cole?
I think you keep that defensive partnership, because right now you don't want to chop and change. That's like the one place that you want to at least build a solid pair, right? You want them to know each other.
Chemistry.
Right?
Do we believe
it doesn't work,
he's the guy forward?
Say it again.
Do we believe he's the guy? BB.
See, I have never been like a BB champion. I've also like never been like a detractor either. It's always been like I just call his game. If he does well, I'll tell you he did well. If he doesn't do well, I'll say he did not do well. But the thing, he's like, what, 21, 22? So it's like one of those things where it's like, is he good? Is he not good? When he first came, he was very good. But then again, he was playing next to Koulibaly and Silva. So who knows? Like I have always said, some guys look very good in back 3 and they look very average in back 2. So sometimes it could be playing, a factor in there. And also Potter and I think Tuchel also very much better at, I think he was under Potter, right? Yeah, Potter. He was better at setting up defenses than the other two we've had. So there are different factors there. But I think right now he's like one of those like ball playing swagger defenders who forget that defending is their first job sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, with him, it's just like his attitude kind of it's off. I don't know what is going on, but like that one goal, I think it was
Real Madrid preseason.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was the last straw for me. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't like on here like saying he's bad on anything.
Mm-hmm.
I could care less about him because usually it doesn't start with him. It's like other things that like lead to our goals. But that one play, I was like, okay, this man is not motivated to play right now.
For sure.
I would personally like to see Disasi partner Colwell, but
Colwell. Man, I kind of like that, man. Disasi, same here. As far as the whole Enzo thing, I agree that he's better, deeper. I would never bench him, especially this early in the season. I don't think it would be good for the team at all. I'll play him deep. Try because the 10, you want someone with a little more flair than him, right? I feel like Enzo knows how to give those open passes to kind of open spaces up, start attacks. He launches those attacks. You need someone with a little bit more flair. We have that kind of player. We have Cole Palmer. As far as Noni Madueke, I hope I said his name right. I mean, last season I wanted him off the team because he was one of those guys that you see the talent there, but he didn't always look serious, right? And I heard Enzo say this time that he expects him to be consistent in every training session. And, hopefully he gets that message because Chelsea's one of those teams where you can't play good today and then play 2 bad games and then play good. Like, it's just not going to work out, So you're lucky enough to be there. Just bring it every day. And I saw it in preseason. I don't know, somebody talked to him. He got the message. He really came, he looks like finally he's serious. He wants to take that opportunity from what I saw in preseason. So I wouldn't mind, seeing him get an opportunity, but I hope he grabs it, because I don't want to see those kind of games. I remember a game we had last season against Liverpool where it's like we're under attack and we need someone to take pressure off of us. And then we have Noni, who's not too serious, giving the ball away. It's almost like it's a joke to him. Then you watch him sometimes and he's so good. Hopefully, he's changed and he's going to bring that consistency because he has the quality and we want to see it more often. So.
Yeah, so the thing about not dropping Enzo, right? This is the issue, though. You have Lavia, who is playing out of his skin right now. And, he's also had all the rest any man can have. So he's fresh. And then Caicedo is like, it's like you can drop Caicedo, but then you also need the defending part, right? So it's like the reason why Enzo will end up if the coach analyzes it well, he may end up on the bench is because what Enzo brings, though it's good, it does not make up for what he doesn't bring when you have him back there. And that's like one thing that they may have to think about, right? Because you saw that Kovacic go. He just literally like walked through them.
Past him. Yes,
he walked through them.
literally.
And if you remember last year, I keep calling those guys statues because they just stand there and it just right. So it's like you need somebody that is a little bit more mobile. So this is why Kante was like so good for Jorginho because he could do that job by himself, and then Jorginho had the time to pick the short pass or long pass or whatever he had to do. But you don't have that luxury right now, so you cannot. So that's the only thing. But I mean, it's a tough thing because personally, I don't mind if Enzo plays. I don't mind if Caicedo goes to bench. But right now, the person that they were probably going to bench would have been Lavia, but he's playing well. So that is a tough thing for the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe give Enzo a little bit more grace because they paired a lot last season. Him and Caicedo, there's a little bit more familiarity there. I think I think the season is still early. I mean that's just my opinion though, but Lavia is playing well.
I feel like
that is our vice captain though. So what we do about that?
Lavia will be the one to get dropped just because
he is.
One Enzo's captain and all but what's
and then Caicedo is also what vice captain. So
and then with the whole Nani thing, right? Madueke. I feel like now that he knows his job is on the line, he's taking it serious. That's really all it is for real. Because before who were you gonna really replace him with? And you didn't really have options like that, like you have now. Right now, you have a list of people that you could bench him for, or even drop him out of the team for. So now he's like, oh shit, I'm about to lose my job. So he's taking it serious.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Predictions. Let's talk predictions. Me personally, I feel like this game is gonna be 1-0. Chelsea win, and we're gonna get we're gonna have a good game. We're not gonna ball out, but we're gonna have a lucky break and then put one in, and that's gonna be it.
Same, man. I'm going for a 1-0 for Chelsea. Like I said, we're gonna have to be lucky this game. Hopefully things go for us, man, and we get our season running quickly. We can't fall behind too much. I mean, I don't think we're gonna win the league, but we still don't want to fall behind too much. So I'm going for the 1-0 win, and I really hope it happens. I hope we get an early goal, super early goal, so we can score more. But if we don't, it's okay as long as we win. So hopefully Chelsea 1-0 on Sunday.
Cool.
Yeah. For me, like I said, I believe that we're gonna win. But I don't see any scenario where we don't concede a goal. Like we are not that stable behind. So I do not see a scenario we don't concede. So I'm going for a 2-1 win. Chelsea goes by Palmer and Nkuku. I'm putting names to it.
Okay.
All right. So I think Abeku, I definitely agree. I don't see a scenario where Chelsea does not allow at least one goal. Servette had like 20 chances, bro. 20 chances. And I mean, if you give Wolves 10, there is bound to what is his name? Wee Chan. That guy is bound to score one.
Yeah.
So you cannot give them that many chances, right? So I'm thinking that Chelsea wins, but I am a little bit on I think the goal's about to flow. I think it's about to flow. So I'm thinking like 3-1 or 3-2, but I want to go with 3-1.
Okay.
I think the goals are going to flow, and Jackson is going to score.
Hey.
Nice.
Yeah.
You sound confident, man. Hopefully this happens. I like that confidence. 3-1.
If Jackson starts scoring, then it's gonna be a great season for us.
Correct.
It's over.
I know we didn't plan to talk about this, but let me ask a general question before we close out, right? If Jackson is not scoring, do you look to bring somebody in that is if we don't get anybody in the next week, right? Because the transfer window is closed this coming week. If we don't get anybody this coming week, do you look to bring somebody in January if Jackson is not scoring? And who would you bring?
Well, definitely, if he's not scoring, I mean, you're gonna have to bring somebody in. I'm more hopeful. I like what we have. I think for what we're trying to achieve, which if we get a top four this season, with the front line that we have, Jackson, I hope he scores, a lot of goals. But if he's not scoring, you have to go and get someone. The thing that I don't like, though, is the whole winter transfer is very risky, man, because you can make some bad decisions, spend way more than you're supposed to. So hopefully it doesn't even come to that. And then, we roll with what we have and we achieve what we're trying to get. But I'm hopeful with Jackson, and I think he's going to bang in the goals, man.
So I want to say no, and this is why. The way that Jackson plays, if he fits what Maresca is trying to do, he's going to be a very pivotal player in that setup. So you know how we have this might be just Lukaku's like the guy that wants to get fed, right? And then you have those guys that can go get the food. They may not finish, but they know how to get the ball to them and make something happen. Jackson makes things happen. He just like in that last part where you have to shoot or place it or chip it or something like that. That's the part that he has to work on. But I'm hoping that what we saw last year when they were here in the US, the way Nkunku and Jackson were linking up was fantastic. Ooh, it was like music. And last year at the end of the year, you saw how Jackson and Palmer were linking up too. Like that Everton game, besides the penalty issue, he was perfect. The way they were linking up was just so nice. It's like at the back of his head, he knows where everybody is. And if the right player makes the right move, they'll always get a touch from Jackson. I think he may not be prolific, but he'll still give you like the average striker goals, like 13, 14, 15, 16 goals. And then it's good enough to keep him, but he's still not striker. He's not striker one. He's more like striker like 1B, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? So if you get in Victor, right? Okay, that's fine. If they get a good deal for him, first I was opposed to it, but now I have realized that these people are going to do whatever they want. So we might as well just support it, right? If they bring him in, I mean, it becomes a lot difficult because now Jackson has to split time between the striker and then I think left wing as well, which again he will do fine over there. But I think if he's not even doing well and we don't have Victor, we do have Felix, Palmer, and Nkunku. I'm not saying play them as strikers, but they can all be kind of like that on 4-2-2-2, so they can interchange and then make things happen. But it's important that they learn how to square balls. If they learn how to square balls, they're always going to eat because the team is so skillful. There is talent there. The last bit, they don't know how to pass. That last moment.
Yeah, that part. Did you guys see? I might be on I might be watching the game differently, but there was a ball where the ball went to, who was it? It was somebody on the right wing, and Jackson made a dashing run from the middle. But I think Nkunku was offside, so the person just looked at Nkunku and never saw Jackson running through the middle. We need to make the last pass. If we make that last pass, we are going to score more goals. It's crazy that we can't do that. But to answer my own question, yeah, I don't personally don't believe in Victor like that. But I also believe that you can't try the same thing for too long and hope it will change, and if it's not changing, just stay the same. You have to make change. You have to do something. I personally, if we're bringing somebody in and this window, I would say go for Victor if you can get him for a good price. It's fine. My whole thing has always been he's not that great to be paying huge amounts for him, but
Agreed.
he is good enough to pay some amount to get him, and he will score good. He can score headers. He can score like near post. He has a shot on him. It's just that he's not prolific. Like he's gonna give you more than Jackson, but it's not like he's gonna give you Haaland goals.
He shoots more. He shoots more, and that's what we need right now.
Get more goals. He will get you more than Jackson, but he wouldn't get you Haaland goals. Like we need Haaland goals to be winning the league. We can get like 20, 30, 25 and win the league unless the other people, like if Palmer and so forth are scoring as well, then yes. But if we're getting somebody this window, I would say that get Victor. If we're getting somebody in like the winter window, I would say get somebody who is like accustomed to the league. And you know who I like. You guys know who I like.
I know.
So, yeah,
IT.
yeah. IT. Big man.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
So before you wrap up, just one quick thing. I think they may actually stick to what they have now, and then next summer they may get IT for free so that they can pay him money.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, and quickly, you have to crawl before you walk. We're trying to make top 4. Jackson can get us there. I would love for us to get why did I just forget his name? The Napoli guy. You just Victor. I would love for us to get him. I mean, the way that guy presses, he would be perfect for the English league. Physical, but if we can't get him, which it looks like we're not going to be able to get him, I think we have what we need for what we're trying to achieve. We're not trying to win the league this season. So yeah,
I'm trying to win, bro.
Hey,
I mean, if we win, that's cool. But
that
Champions League is good enough.
I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Y'all might not agree, but Felix is here to save the team. I promise you.
This guy trusts Felix.
I don't know about
Felix
that,
is
man.
here to save the team.
Bro, do you want to leave or do you want to keep talking? Because you don't want to start this right now.
Yeah, you don't
All
want
right.
to do this.
This is how bad it is when
it was a great session.
session.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Once again, this is Top of the Bridge podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, and share our videos. See y'all on the next one. Peace out.
All right, y'all. Have a good
Peace
one.
out.